High-end master model, Shadow Fox. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we have the high-end master model, Shadow Fox, by Kotobukiya. Released in October of 2012, this was the first iteration of this kit to be released, and it does have some small differences that sets it aside from the 2021 repackaged version. And at the time of buying it, it costed me 3,400 yen. But that was several years ago, so that price has changed quite a bit. Damn you, inflation! Anyways, I've built this kit many years ago, and you'll be happy to know that it still holds up. Except this piece, which falls off quite a bit, though it's pretty easy to reattach. The Shadow Fox was first introduced in the anime series Zoids New Century Zero. After having the Command Wolf destroyed, the hunk of the man Brad Hunter himself commandeers the Shadow Fox from the Backdraft group, and will be his personal Zoid throughout the rest of the series. With a brief synopsis over, let's review the kit, starting with the box. It's a smaller Zoid kit, so it has a smaller box, around the same size as the Rev Raptor and Command Wolf. We've got a pretty cool box art where the Shadow Fox is destroying a bunch of Hellcats. I wish we got some high-end mass models of those. Oh well, turning to the side, we got a bunch of, I guess, lore here, but it's all in Japanese, I can't read that. And we got a nice illustration of the Shadow Fox. On the other side of the box, we got a couple pictures depicting the model kit itself, as well as some panels showing off the gimmicks. Nothing too crazy, usual Zoid stuff. Onto the kit itself. And here's the model kit, completely straight build, no panel lining, no decals applied, though it does come with its own small set of decals, which is very little compared to the Marking Plus version, because if you do plan to get it, it comes with a whole buttload of decals. This kit is a perfect one-to-one iteration of the anime design, though with a lot more details of course. But that doesn't mean it's an overly complicated kit. It's actually very easy to build, and I highly recommend it for beginners. And with the end result of being a very good looking Zoid. The black with the gold accent is exceptional, very eye-catching, while also being very subtle. Though the gold isn't perfect, it does leave a little bit of a nub mark, but you would have to actually zoom in to look for it, otherwise it's hidden pretty well. And the black is very dark, so it's hard to see any nub marks there. Also, the gold is not the only metallic you'll see. The claws as well as the tails are finished in a metallic silver that look very good as well. And though the kit is mostly black, it might be hard to see the details actually molded onto the plastic, but as we pan in, we can actually see a lot of nice surface level detail on the kit. And because it's a Zoid, there's a lot of nice mechanical elements, a lot of hydraulics, pipes, pistons, but I don't need to explain that, you can pretty much see that with this close-up. Look, I don't want to be one of those reviewers that describe every single visual aspect of a kit. It's a high-end master model, it's got a lot of details, and it looks really good. I'm just gonna let the kit speak for itself. So let's move on to articulation. Starting with the head, the mouth can open and close this much. The gold cockpit hatch can also open, revealing a pilot figure of Brad, all painted up and exclusive for this kit. Next up, the head could tilt up and down this much. Full 360 rotation of the head. The base of the neck could go up and down, and can only move side to side this far. Forelimb shoulders are able to externally and internally rotate this much, and also extend and retract. Forelimb abduction and adduction, elbow bend, and arm extension. Paw dorsiflexion and extension. 360 rotation of the paw, and a minimal side-to-side pivot. There's also a claw blade behind the paw itself. I know that's not the real name, but it's able to go up and down, and all four paws have this. Coming to the body, I removed the legs to make this look easier, but we have this much of a back extension and ab crunch, and a top view of the side-to-side bend, which is actually pretty good. All of the range of motion here is actually enabled by the extension of the torso, and like other Zoids with this extension, this part is actually pretty solid. Coming to the back where the weapon is located, there's a joint over here and over here, allowing it to rotate and extend forward and back. In addition, the Gatling gun sits on a peg over here that allows it to 360 rotate, and the Gatling gun's barrels can also 360 rotate. Coming to the hind legs, we have this much of internal-external hip rotation, abduction and adduction of the rear legs. There's also excellent knee flexion and extension, as well as ankle dorsiflexion and extension. The rear paws are exactly the same as the front paws, so they have the same range of motion, as is the claw behind their paw. And we finally move on to the tail, which is able to move side to side. The base of the tail is able to move up and down. In addition, the end of the tail has its own joint, which allows it to move up and down separately. And for an interesting feature, the tail could open all the way up, kinda looks like a bird, and reveal something that looks like a gun or cannon here, which can also move up and down. Overall articulation for the Shadow Fox is relatively good. It's able to pull off a variety of poses and hold them without any issues. Not a lot of pieces fell off while working with it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Except for this stupid little piece, I really don't know what it is, but it does fall off quite a bit. As for extras, there's not much on this kit. Unfortunate, but I can show you the AZ 30mm armor-piercing laser Vulcan. The Vulcan's Gatling gun style weapon that looks pretty good and has a decent amount of colored part separation. And the only issue I have with this weapon is the top part of the arm is kind of loose, so it does flop a little bit. Next up, unique to this kit, I don't think the Marking Plus version has this, but we have a painted figure of Brad Hunter himself. I think the Marking Plus has a normal pilot figure. I don't got one, so correct me if I'm wrong. Next up, we got the Zoid core. Hidden within the chest itself, it's a latch you can flip down and see the Zoid core. Generic Zoid core, pretty much the same in every other Zoid, nothing special about this. And if you want to attach an action base to the Zoid, the adapter hole is right here on its crotch. So get yourself an action base, not included. I'm using the MSG Flying Neo base, of which I have a review of, and it's great for Zoids. And once in the air, the Shadow Fox looks very good in its dynamic pose, and the attachment to the base is completely solid. That's it for extras and accessories, not much going here. What you see is what you get pretty much, except for that extra painted pilot figure. Moving along, let's take a look at its rigidity with a shake test. Oh, there goes the gun. So as you can clearly see, the kit's relatively solid. And keep in mind that this is actually several years old, and compared to the other Zoid kits, this actually fared very well. Aside from the gun, nothing else fell off, not even that little annoying piece near the bum. So I'm happy to say there's no issues with its structural integrity. Great kit. And if you're curious, the Shadow Fox stands at 4.5 inches, or around 11.4 centimeters, and it's around 9.5 inches long, or around 24.1 centimeters. And for some size comparison, here is next to the entry grade Arc 78-2. Even as a small Zoid, it's still bigger than a 1/44 scale, but dwarfed by the Master Grade Arc 72. And here it is next to a fellow high-end master model, the Command Wolf. They're pretty much around the same size, except, one doesn't explode. It's also a comparable size to the Figuarts Standard Amplified Metal Garurumon. And here it is next to Naruto, the Nine-Tailed Fox, Haro, DK, Doraemon, and Awkward Seal, and an Angry Bird. For shelf space, it looks pretty good, especially next to the Firefox, and next to some Zoids, and some more Zoids, and some more Zoids, and some more Zoids. The colors definitely help it stand out. Even though it's a smaller Zoid, it still looks very good. And so you may be wondering, should you buy it? Abso-friggin-lutely. As Zoids go, this kit is completely solid. It was quite an easy and fun kit to build. Pretty good for beginners if they want to get into Zoid kits. And appearance, oh my god, it just looks absolutely amazing. The colors contrast very well. There's a great amount of surface level details, as is how high-end master models are. Just a beautiful, stunning Zoid kit. And though there aren't much extras or accessories, I think the model kit is perfect how it is. If you can find this kit at a decent price, pick it up. It's an awesome kit. Hey, thanks for watching my videos. I hope you like it. I enjoy making it. Let me know what you think. And if you like this sort of content and want to support me, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to keep pumping out the reviews, so check out the channel or come back next time. Take care. Bye.